Hello and welcome to this tarot reading of what blessing are you manifesting in 2026. So I am going to be pulling some month cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck for this reading, just to let you know. If you're watching this in 2026, it can still apply. I'm kind of intending for it to be most valid through like June, July of 2026. But if you're watching in literally November, December, and you're like, something is gonna happen next week, trust that. Any months that come out that are like previous months from when you're watching, just trust your heart on that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Hello everyone, thank you again. I do two different intros, so I don't have to say thank you again, but thank you again. Excuse my nails, which are really severely chipped at the moment. I was gonna redo them just for the video. Wow, so special. But then I was like, it's okay. It's totally fine. Anyways, so we have 3 groups to choose from, and each group is a manifestation affirmation from the, gosh, I actually don't know, it might be called the manifestation affirmation deck, but it's the deck that looks like this. So yeah, I wanted to have them showing, and I'll read them each to you, just so you know, you feel, you choose the one that you feel the most drawn to. Yeah, neither are better or worse than the other ones. Just remember that. Whichever one you feel you align with the most. It could be even based on the imagery of the card that just calls you in inexplainably. Or inexplicably. Yeah, I'm gonna read them all. For pile 1, we have when I'm tuned in to the energy of abundance, I become abundant. For pile 2, we have spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Sorry if you can hear that noise. I don't know what that is. I think my neighbors are like vacuuming or something. And pile 3 is I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. Okay, and pause the video if you need time to choose. You can be drawn to any and all of the piles, of course, and we're gonna get started with pile 1. Okay. Hello, pile 1. If you chose this card, this will be your mantra for this card. If you know you want to screenshot it, I don't know. This may be important for you. But either way, let's get into your cards. So we have chamomile, gentleness, relaxation, sleep. Squirrel medicine, number 35. Pitter patter, plan ahead, keep silent your path's desire. No eyes or ears shall see you coming, a well-deserved reveal. And then we have wish. Okay. And then for your important months, this year we have May and June. And then for your tea leaf cards, we got great happiness, dealings or relationships with a woman. We have fox, harp. Harps could be significant. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business, and dealings or relationships with a younger man. So these two came out together. There could be, in regards to your business, there could be a younger man helping you. You could be a young man. There could be a woman helping you. You could be a woman getting help from a young man getting help from a woman. it looks like there's going to be 2 people, probably more though, playing a big part in your success this year, because I am seeing some sort of success career-wise, especially with this card, the Fox card, and the Squirrel Medicine card together. The Squirrel Medicine card talks about planning ahead, being prepared. Kind of like, there's that quote that like manifestation is like 50% preparedness, or like, you know, what is it? Like, what's an example? Like, you can manifest something, the universe does part of the work, but it's like, you have to like leave your house. Say if you're gonna meet somebody important, I mean, you could meet somebody online, but you still have to like go into a forum, make yourself known, you know? Someone's not just gonna come into your house and be like, hey, because that would be concerning. But yeah, it's part of that. And with this shrewdness and resourcefulness, it also just tells me that this year you're being smart in business. Something that you want to achieve, you know what it is, career-wise, business-wise, that maybe you've been working towards, or at least you've had the idea towards. Like, it is, you're putting a lot of intention into that this year. That's what I'm seeing. And part of it is actually going to this gentleness, rest, a relaxation, sleep card. Part of it is learning how to slow down, learning how to rest. And once you do that, I'm seeing that kind of happening in the beginning of the year, especially since we have May, June being important months for you. I'm seeing you slowing down in the beginning of the year, and and actually giving yourself time to retreat. And this is going to give your mind time to really truly rest, so it can be ready to come up with ideas and come up with ways in how to succeed in whatever you're doing. And with this wish card, it also talks about a wish coming true, but it specifically mentions like whenever you wish upon a star, having a wish and then having doubt right after, like, oh, that would never happen, is why that wish may not come true. And so part of there's a lot of like putting in your part, and a lot of it is just like believing in yourself, because part of making a wish and part of manifesting is believing. And obviously there's, being prepared and stuff like this says, but like you can't really be prepared if you don't believe in yourself, because that is, I would say, half the battle, but it's honestly like 80% of the battle. Because if you believe in yourself and you truly think like, I can do this and this can happen for me, your subconscious is just going to be like, okay, these are the steps we have to take, because that's a lot of how manifestation works. It is like an energy that you call in. It could be like a metaphysical thing, but also how you talk to yourself and what you believe literally affects your actions, affects how you act. I mean, it makes sense, right? But even if you don't even notice it, it could be on a subconscious level. But yeah, there's a need here to be ready and to get, it's not like over preparing. It's more so there's a feeling of like taking the right actions so you can meet the right people. It's literally, yeah, it's just maybe, if you feel called to go somewhere one day, step outside. If you feel called to go on an internet forum, like do that. If you feel called to, reach out to someone and ask to collaborate, maybe someone will reach out to you. So it could be one of those things where you manifest it. But it's like, for example, if someone were to reach out to you on social media, but let's say you don't even have a social media, which, by the way, I'm not saying social media is like necessary. It's definitely not. But if your hope is to kind of collaborate with someone on social media and like that's a way that they generally communicate to people, then it would probably help to at least have some sort of account, some sort of way to put yourself out there just in some form, because I'm seeing that being really successful for you. Around May, June, things might really speed up. For some reason, these pictures are kind of reminding me of each other. Oh, and also these pictures, they have a similar color scheme. And so I'm kind of just feeling, around May, I'm feeling a lot of like chariot energy, kind of, which if you're not familiar with a chariot, it's just a very like quick, things are happening card. Things are speeding up for you and things are getting a little busy, but I'm seeing you feel happy with it. And with this, oh my gosh, with June, come on, I'm not even, and the woman, this is a lighter pink sort of thing, but they're very similar. It's almost as if this woman could be coming into your life, not in June, but like her presence is like ever so slightly known, like maybe you meet someone important in June. And these also kind of came out together, so that could be also relationship related if that's what you're looking for. It could also be you finding yourself, finding your power. Red makes me think of power. So I'm gonna get into the tarot, but it looks like you're manifesting, a blessing that you're manifesting is success in your career, success in business endeavors, and overall a change to your habits, a change to your mindset that makes it easier for you to manifest in general the things that you want. I am seeing potentially you're going to be meeting more people as well, so this could be business related, but it could also be love related if that's something that you're looking for. So, I mean, with this wish card, it's kind of like up to you. Anything can really come true for you. But I am seeing success. So, let's get a little more info with the tarot. I might have to go get some water because I'm thirsty, but I don't have any water near me. Give me one second. Okay, what is pile 1 manifesting in 2026? A blessing coming to pile 1. Oop. Okay, we have justice. Oh my gosh, the 10 of Swords. So immediately, with justice, which there is a sword here, I was immediately getting fairness, like you're getting out what you put in. There is a level of fairness to what you're manifesting. It's like if you've experienced times or years or months where you feel like you're putting in more than you're getting out, it feels like things are going to be balanced for you this year. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can kind of see that. Hold on, I have to get that. Okay, the 7 of Pentacles. Kind of fitting with what just happened because the 7 of Pentacles is about patience and hard work, and that tested my patience. Not actually, but it was hard work. It was hard work getting that card from under the table. Okay. And we have the 5 of Swords. So on the back of the deck, we have the Moon. It's in reverse, but I'm only taking upright cards, right? So I will say though, with the Moon being in reverse, even though I have it upright now, it did make me think of like, there's things that are going to be kind of hidden for you and things that might not make sense. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from the Ten of Swords and Five of Swords. Things that happen that make us question our manifestations and if they're even coming, and make us question, you know, because there's always that phase of when you start to do things like affirmations, or, you know, when you're turning your life around and then things start to kind of fall apart and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I thought I was manifesting something good. Like, why is everything going wrong? Which, not to scare you, things are not going to go wrong. But there is that kind of, I guess, tower moment sometimes where that especially is what the Ten of Swords is making me think about. This does talk about betrayal. I don't think there's going to be a betrayal. I mean, I can't say for sure, but it's making me think, okay, well, actually, it wasn't making me think of this, but I just got this. If there's like friendships that fall away, which I'm not getting the vibe that there would be a lot of friendships falling away, but if there's like one or two people, and that's the thing with the moon, if there's one or two people that you're like, I don't really like this friendship, I don't really like this relationship, I just don't feel good around them, this is like, if anyone's been watching the new show I Love LA, it's kind of like that vibe where they're all kind of just, not all the time, but they're all just really negative with each other. And honestly, like, it's very relatable to be in that kind of friend group, but sometimes you don't want to be around people who are being fucking negative all the time and making everything about them, and or making it just whatever, being negative about every single thing. Like, even when you succeed at something, it's like, oh, that's really fucking stupid, like that kind of energy. And with the moon, that's something where it's like your intuition comes into play, where it's like you have a feeling, but you're like, I've maybe had this friendship for so long, or maybe I'm the problem, or something. Maybe I only feel drained after being with them because of me, but that might not be the case. And there is just things that, yeah, that's how I'm seeing all of this come together. There may be things falling out of your life, but you're gonna be happy that they are, but in the very moment that they fall out of your life, you may be a little bit confused, even though, as I'm seeing with the moon, you are not actually confused because you had an intuitive feeling that that was coming and that they weren't right for you, and the universe is kind of confirming that for you. But it might be a little bit hard at first. It might be uncomfortable. Especially since the Ten of Swords came out and the Tower didn't come out, I'm honestly not seeing it being something that really just throws you for a loop. I'm seeing it be, you know, a little painful, a little uncomfortable, but I think it's going to propel you forward in life. And it's not, again, when it comes to friendships, and just people falling away, nobody's necessarily the bad guy. Hold on, I have to burp. Anyways, nobody's necessarily the bad guy. It's just sometimes people have to go their own way, and sometimes people have to, you know, being around certain people it can kind of hold you back. Like, that is true, and it can maybe hold them back. And it's just, you know, it doesn't mean that anyone's bad. It just means the energy is not energying anymore. It's just not aligned anymore, and that's okay. Again, with Justice coming out first, I'm seeing that things are happening very fairly, and with the Seven of Pentacles, I am seeing you, like, you're gonna be putting in work this year, but you're gonna be enjoying it. It's not something where it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I just hate, like, when you hate your fucking job. It's not gonna be like that. I can see you enjoying the work that you're putting in towards something this year and really reaping the benefits. With the Five of Swords, I kind of want to get a clarifier. I mean, I feel like it's connected to that. Yeah, I'm gonna get a clarifier for the Five of Swords. Spirit, can you clarify the five, oh, okay. The Eight of Cups. Okay, so that does, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles on the back. That does confirm that it's kind of about things, because this is about walking away from something, and there may be a little bit of conflict, and maybe it's the conflict that causes you to walk away from something because you're like, it's kind of eye-opening for you. This could be conflicting feelings as well, but we didn't get any, I mean, this is a Cups card, but other than that, we didn't really get any Cups. So I'm saying that there might be some conflict, but I don't want you to be scared, because this conflict is opening your eyes and opening horizon. I'm seeing how like opening the horizon, but I'm seeing how, sorry, I have to burp again. I ate before this, so talking a lot after eating, it's rough. Anyways. But there also could be there's definitely, I was feeling that before I started this reading, actually, before I even ate, some throat chakra blockages currently in this group. So I am feeling like there's maybe people that you're not being honest with currently, that you're having trouble being honest with. I'm getting like maybe friends. There could be a vibe there. But yeah, I was gonna say, with this moon here facing this way and this facing this way, and this one's also just, I don't know, it seems like it's shining brighter. I mean, or it's a different color, it's yellow. It's also bigger here, it's also more centered. It feels like you're walking away from something and gaining clarity. I'm seeing the clouds as like they're moving away. Like, it feels like the world is opening up for you. And again, I kind of see this conflict happening potentially early on in the year, or it could be that like in the beginning of the year, that's when you're kind of getting your shit together and giving yourself more rest, more introspective time, and then things start to pick up for you, and then maybe there's conflict with someone or with people or in a job, but it causes you to, in the moment it's comfortable, but it causes you to actually expand your horizons, and it ends up being a huge blessing. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, I feel like, I hope that was, I'm gonna get some angel cards. I hope that was helpful. It was almost more of like a warning, but it's also, I'm trying to, I guess like just kind of give you the what's happening that may not seem good at first, but I want you to know that like this is actually manifesting good things for you. And you're gonna meet tons of people, by the way, that you connect with. I want to emphasize that you're gonna meet tons of people that you vibe with and that you really connect with. You're gonna be making new connections this year. And yeah, if you get discouraged, that's okay. It's okay to not have like a great day every single day, and like have your, you know, if you are in, I was gonna say embodying, but if you're starting new habits and you have a day or even a week where you don't do those things, or you fall into older habits, it doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean that you've completely failed and you have to wait until next year to start over. It's just part of the process. I see you really leveling up this year, and this is really exciting. And again, you chose the abundance card, and that, or the card that talks about abundance, and obviously abundance can mean anything in manifestation terms, but I just feel it always makes me think of success and money and material things, but it doesn't have to be material. But I do see you manifesting material things this year, whatever that means to you. I see you manifesting material success, putting in work in an area of life that means something to you. And yeah, having life just be fair to you. Things are going to be very balanced this year. It may be kind of a harsh balance, but things are going to be, the universe is not playing this year. It's like if something is not meant for you, it will be cut out of your life, and that may be hard sometimes, but ultimately, I think you have some spirit guides that, if you believe in spirit guides, I think you have some spirit guides that are like, and maybe like no bullshit, and maybe even your higher self. It feels like your higher self is also kind of like no bullshit, so that's why I feel like you're a pretty strong person. You may not be super, I mean, you might be sensitive, but I'm getting the vibe that like your higher self is not. Sometimes it's just like, okay, we can't be sensitive, it's no bullshit, it's time to cut out what isn't meant for us and get down to business kind of thing. So we're gonna get you some angel cards to end the reading with, just for some extra guidance and maybe synchronicities. So, oh man, okay. I'll take that one since it popped out. I think it literally says clarity, which I was talking about, so hold on. It says, close your eyes for a moment, breathe in the blue of the sky, feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace, there is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place, a gift from your guardian angel. So yeah, things are becoming more clear for you. Oh my god. Such a bad shuffle. If you couldn't, like, if you have spent a lot of time confused as to where you're going and what your path is, I think you're gonna get a lot of clarity on that this year, and that's gonna be a huge blessing for you. Okay. We have healing. I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. So yeah, I feel like you're gonna be okay. Like, anything that falls out of your life, you're healing from it. You're healing from old wounds as well. I'm gonna get one more. Middle path. Embrace both sides. The middle path is the road to a balanced and more peaceful life. I'm actually gonna get one more. Okay. And love. The heart of love is the heart of creation. All is possible through love. All is worthwhile for love. May all you think and feel reflect love's eternal truth. So, and with middle path, I'm also feeling like maybe you were already on a path. I mean, we're always on a path, but maybe you were going down a specific path and it just wasn't feeling aligned anymore. It's okay to change course. Just know that. But yeah. I'm gonna leave this here. I hope you liked it. If you want more readings for me, do consider subscribing. But if not, then I hope that you like this reading. So yeah, have a great rest of your day, night, or afternoon. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose this card, then welcome to your reading. So let's get into it. Also, I forgot, I'm holding these up if you want to screenshot it as, you know, one of your mantras for the year. So yeah, starting with sun, we have healing energy, happiness, comfort, joy. We have storm, as within and so without, there are storms a coming, a change without doubt. And we have listening, And then for your important months of the year, we have July and March. And then for your tea leaf cards, we have Kangaroo, Unsettled Times, Need to Plan Ahead. We have I, Psychic Ability, Trust Your Intuition. Forest, Muddled, Unclear Thinking, back there. And Hammock, Taking a Vacation, physically or mentally. So there was honestly an immediate message that I got from your cards, which is that a blessing that's coming that you're I can't talk. Okay, a blessing that you're manifesting in 2026 is heightened psychic abilities, heightened intuition, and honestly a spiritual awakening. It's not shocking that you chose the card that talks about spiritual alignment. I chose these cards and I wasn't intending for them to be, I mean, how could I? It wasn't like my intention for them to be exactly aligned with the reading that you're getting, but so far pile 1 and pile 2, they seem to be pretty similar. This is honestly kind of similar to pile 1 in the sense that, which I was, in pile 1, I was getting the vibe that maybe they would be drawn to pile 2 as well, but, so if you're coming from pile 1, hi. There's this sort of tower moment energy, this destructive energy, things leaving your life in order for things to be, I mean, look at this. We've got the storm, but we've also got the sun. So the sun, what's that saying? Like the sun shines brighter after the storm, something? I don't know. But, and then also here, we just have like this very beautiful sunset, very, kind of reminds me of this actually. That's also a sun. You're manifesting healing for your body as well. I want to say that because if you've been feeling just not good for like a while I was doing my shuffling of the cards, I almost wanted to say 2022 instead of 2026, and I don't know if that's because I was mixing up pile 2 with 2026, but I also was getting the vibe that something that maybe you've been dealing with, if you've been dealing with like feelings, like literally ill health since 2022, I see that changing for you, and I see it being literally because of your beliefs. This card is all about listening to yourself. And what's interesting, I actually want to read the first part of it because it literally says, it mentions a storm, which I thought was very, very interesting. It says, do you get caught up in the drama and devastation of life's challenges, or do you sit still as stormy waves crash all around you and simply listen? So, stormy waves. This is a time for quiet, a time for reflection, and to be still. So, this is a time, and then it goes on to talk about listening to yourself, and also in that process, you're strengthening your intuition, which this card literally talks about. And I feel like I felt called to put this card under this card because I think that if you felt that this was making me think of like not being connected to your intuition. I was gonna say if you felt not connected to your intuition, that's changing. But also if you've been dealing with like feelings of brain fog, this is also making me think of foggy thinking. I think that in the beginning of the year, you're facing the brunt of your, I don't know the word, but you're facing most of your challenges head on in the beginning of the year. Up until March might be a little bit, it might be a little difficult. And I don't want to scare you, but I think that you're facing your fears and you're facing what you've been feeling, what's been making you feel ill and just sick inside. This sun card literally talks all about healing, and I know that people say, there's this saying all the time that, you know, physical illness is literally just, I mean, it's called disease. It's the being at not ease, at dis-ease. And I think that especially with this card, I think that not only people kind of forget the mental aspect sometimes and the holistic aspect to our physical health. And if you have been physically not okay, I think that there's a mental aspect to that as well. And I see you really changing your habits, but not like immediately, not in like a we have to be disciplined kind of way. I see you like being more mindful. Meditation maybe something, and just mindfulness in general, maybe something that you're taking up this year, this next year. And regardless, I just see you sitting with your feelings, facing your feelings. This card talks about, it's basically a tower moment card. It basically talks about, you know, change is gonna happen and it's gonna be for the better. But this could be things falling away externally, but at the end, it also mentioned that this could be changes happening internally, that the things falling away may not be something external, like a relationship or a job or something like that. It may actually be old beliefs. And there could honestly be something like a job that has been making you feel just not good physically, not just mentally, but physically, that you could be leaving, but it's hard to leave, but it's liberating. And I think that maybe that's what sparks. This is honestly very similar to pile one, except pile one was a little bit different. It was about potential friendships falling away, but it could honestly be anything for you as well. I'm getting more of like an internal change, a spiritual awakening. And by the end of 2026, I mean, we change every year, but by the end of 2026, you're gonna be like in a completely different space than you are now. You're gonna be in a different space mentally, physically, and just spiritually. You're gonna feel way different. You're gonna feel a lot better than you feel right now. So don't give up hope if you're not feeling the greatest at the moment. And that's how you'll kind of know that this is your pile. If you've been dealing with, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be physical, just mentally, just if you've been kind of struggling to put your ideas into action, or just struggling and just how you're feeling day to day, I see you really nourishing your body in 2026. And that's going to be something that just helps you. And it's manifesting, even though it's gonna be easier for you if you are willing to be open to nourishing yourself. Because with this card here, unsettled times, need to plan ahead, it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be painful or unsettling. But change is always a little uncomfortable, even if it's just internal, even if it's just, you know, a spiritual sort of change. But your ability to give your body self-love this year is going to be extremely important in making this process easier for you, in making the process of letting go of old beliefs and old, I'm getting jobs, so you could be leaving a job this year. But just know, whatever you're leaving this year, it's helping you manifest a brighter future. You're gonna be feeling really good this year, and it's kind of weird because what you're manifesting this year has a lot to do with what you're getting rid of. But I see you manifesting really quickly, like something new. And you're starting something new this year. Whether that just be the way that you live, the way that you treat your body, a habit, or even a whole like business, I see you starting that this year. And yeah, I see something starting. Obviously it takes more than a year to get something, like to actually have something that is like I see you being successful in whatever this is, but it takes more than a year for it to be a part of you. But I see you starting it this year. And it's not gonna, don't worry, it's not gonna take all the way until the end of the year for this to really get started and take off. I mean, July is obviously, I think even before July, but July is gonna be a month for you where you feel the most aligned. And I think after July, things are gonna get especially easier. I think things are gonna be, they're not gonna be hard in the first few months, but you know, it's kind of like you're kind of packing away, or not even I'd say you're unpacking maybe some boxes, metaphysical boxes that you've had in your mind. And yeah, I see you just kind of like, oh, that was my cat. It's kind of like I'm picturing like a really dusty apartment or just house that's been collecting dust. And the first few months are gonna be like, you're cleaning, not literally, maybe literally, but you're cleaning your mind, you're cleaning your soul. That's what this feels like. So I want to get more information with the tarot. And I'm gonna go get some water really quickly. I did this in pile 1 too. I know I'm about to talk for a little bit, so I need water. I'll be right back. Okay. Spirit, can I get more information on what blessing is pile 2 manifesting? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah. Definitely that's more like intuition. And just, yeah, you're finding emotional balance. Maybe you've been disconnected from your emotions. Even if you've thought like, I'm connected to my emotions, your body and your mind and your emotions are like this, okay? And if you're neglecting one, you're neglecting all. And I don't want, again, there's a big thing that I've been reminding myself lately is that shame does not heal, okay? So it's not like you need to it's not like you need to get mad at yourself and be like, oh, you've been neglecting your emotions, shame, and I need to be all disciplined. It's not about discipline. There's a lot of that online, and it's very noisy online, and it can get kind of complicated, but ultimately self-love is like the main theme that I'm seeing for you. Having self-love is something that's going to come in handy for you, and it's going to be one of the main themes in 2026. And I'm going to bring up like this study that I saw recently. I don't know all the semantics of it, but they did a study at Harvard. I know some people say Harvard, whatever. This study has been done multiple times. Basically where this girl who dealt with chronic pain and inflammation told her body, I love you, like, thank you for everything that you do, rather than like, I'm sorry that you have to deal with this. It just like, I don't know, she just changed the way she spoke to herself, and after 2 weeks her pain had reduced by like 50%. Basically, self-love that you cultivate within your body, accepting your emotions as well, that's a huge thing. Not just when people say feel your feelings, it's kind of like, hey, like, it requires the ability to not shame yourself for having emotions, and most importantly, not try and like trying to not have those emotions. Like, if you're anxious and your goal is like, I have to not be anxious, which, sorry if you can hear my cat eating, by the way, but whatever. At least, I don't know, I've also been learning that that doesn't help very much, and something that's actually helped me is literally saying, it's okay to feel anxious, it's okay to feel this. Just next time you have any emotion that you may usually feel like pushing away, tell yourself it's okay to be feeling this. Like, I'm here for you, like I'm here for myself, and everything's gonna be okay. And just see how you feel when you tell yourself that it's okay to be feeling this. Your body needs to know that it's not dangerous or bad to feel things. Because I feel like we create a lot of stress in our own bodies from shaming ourselves for having human emotions, and it builds up in your body. We don't notice it as much, but that chronic back pain is built up emotions, okay? Trust. Anyways, what is pile 2? What blessing? Oh, okay. The Knight of Swords. So yeah, I feel like there's a determination, and that I see that, like, I feel like I don't even have to tell you because you have it. You're determined to heal. You may even be going to therapy, but even if you're not, you're getting those, you're journaling, okay? Like, you're determined to have self-love. I see you manifesting a lot of self-love for yourself this year. Bitch. And we got the Lovers. If you're not already in a relationship, you could either be manifesting a closer relationship with the person that you're with, especially if you're on this self-love journey, but it could also just, I mean, your self-love opens you up, opens your heart up to so much love all around you. So if that's something that's like, yeah, you're manifesting love, self-love, relationship love, friendship love, all kinds of love this year. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. And on the back of the deck, we have the Hangman. I'm gonna put that up, right? Which, that's also about spiritual transformation. So yeah, I mean, this pretty much, sorry. This pretty much literally just confirms what we were just talking about, or what I was just talking about. This is so cute. This is like happy family vibes, okay? This is, you're manifesting a lot of happiness. I'm really hoping whoever chose this pile stayed until the tarot, because I know that the beginning was a little bit scary sounding when I was just reading these cards, and I mean, it can be scary to see a storm card and see this like unsettled times card and be like, oh no, like, I don't want to manifest that next. But if you did stay for the tarot, I'm very glad that you did, because this just shows proof, literal proof, that what you're manifesting is beauty, a beautiful life. Like, this is something that will just be started this year, but will be cultivated even more. I'm not using the right words, but it's something that will grow each year. And that could also be something that grows you could be, this self-love could be manifesting a relationship for you at the end of this year. Or I mean, I was getting kind of towards the end of this year. And that's something that just grows, an actual healthy relationship, by the way. And it's something that grows for years to come. It's something where it's just the beginning. And I see you getting to experience this 10 of Pentacles happiness, but not like, it's something that's like, you're manifesting long-term happiness, long-term commitment to your happiness. You have a lot of determination to heal, to get better. You have the mental strength, and you've always had it, but like right now, you're really determined. And I just want to let you know that this is confirmation that you can do it, and you will do it. And you're manifesting emotional fulfillment. You're manifesting, honestly, health in your mind, body, and soul. And that is all you could ask for. Like, there are going to be other things, obviously, that come into your life with due time. Like, I haven't gotten a ton about career in this reading, for example, but like, I feel like your focus this year is going to be on self-love. And that kind of encapsulates everything within it. It encapsulates your relationships, your career, your purpose, your motivations. And yeah, this is a really big year for you. And I was trying to think if there's something astrology-wise, not Saturn return. I don't really know much about that, but it feels like there is something. You're at like an age in something astrology-wise that is important. So maybe look into that if that means anything to you. Look into your Chiron and North Node if that also means something to you, because I think Chiron is literally where you heal. So yeah, I don't even have much to say, because I feel like this was just a confirmation. You're manifesting, it's pretty simple. Yeah, that's what you're manifesting, health in your mind, body, and soul. And that is going to propel you forward. And I know that sounds vague, propel me forward. What do you mean? You're just going to be coming into alignment with yourself, and it's going to feel really good. So even if the first, like January, February, March, even if it's a little bit tough to get in the groove and tough to like kind of start new habits, start new mindsets, it's going to pay off so much. It's going to pay off so much. I'm seeing so much happiness. There's so much color that I'm just, even if it's not like, there's so much color, it feels like, in these cards, even though there's a lot of color here too, but I'm just feeling this warmth radiating from these cards specifically. And I'm just feeling, yeah, there's this very warm feeling that maybe you haven't truly felt in a while that is coming back for you. Like how you felt in childhood, if you had a good childhood. I mean, I always use childhood as an example, but sometimes childhood is not. But like, you know, when you even if things aren't good when you're a child, you feel a sense of okayness, you feel a sense of security. Regardless, there's a feeling that you've been nostalgic for, that you thought, okay, I'm just never gonna feel that again, or maybe I'll feel it, but in a different form. And I think that you will feel it in a different form, and it'll be better. But there is warmth coming back into your life. And this is really beautiful and exciting. And I'm gonna get you some angel cards, because I don't want to blab for too long, because that's literally the message. And I just kept looking at this card, spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Again, I wasn't intending for that to be so it was supposed to just be a random card. But that is quite literally your mantra for the year, and like your cards show that. So let's get you some angel messages. Angels, what would you like to tell pile 2? Okay, it's only 2. We have diversity and harmony. The world would be a boring place if we were all the same. Celebrate your uniqueness. You are special and much loved. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. So first of all, I feel like that's the like every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. I feel like that's the attitude that you're carrying in 2026 of like self-belief and manifestation. And there's also just a lot about uniqueness here, and I feel like maybe that's something that you felt that you have to hide, is your uniqueness and your voice. But I feel like, yeah, you're really just coming back to yourself this year, and that's exciting to see, because there's gonna be like a weight lifted off your chest where you just feel so free. Let me get 2 more. Healing. Okay. I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. Okay, we're gonna get 1 more. Oh, okay. We have do it now. Lots of, I don't know, blue purple, lots of blurple. Maybe it's just blue. Oh, no, that's purple. So lots of crown chakra energy and 3rd eye chakra energy. Also heart. Don't put it off any longer. Have courage. Listen to your intuition. There it is again. For it is the guiding voice of your soul. So 1, if there's something you felt called to do or start, and this again, it could be career related, or even if it's not career, if you just want to share something or you want to do something, I'm feeling like it could be artistic, but it literally could be anything. If you want to do something, you know what it is, you felt called to heal and change your mindset, and just, you're tired of not feeling like yourself, and you want to feel like yourself, and you want to feel good, and you know you deserve to. So now, do it now. Now is the time, and you've got this. Yeah. I hope you liked this reading. I hope it was long enough. I think this pile might have actually been longer than the last one. It doesn't really matter. As long as the messages get received. And yeah, if you are interested in more readings from me, then please do subscribe. But if not, then that's cool. I hope you liked this reading at least. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or afternoon. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose this affirmation, I'm actually gonna hold it up again if you want to take a screenshot and have this be like one of your mantras for the year. So, let's get in. Sorry, my chair is creaking. Let's get into the cards. So, we have spring, rebuilding, awakening, rebirth. Also, if you hear some smacking, that was my cat just smacking his lips. Anyways, we have gatherings, number 17. Gather, gather, festive witches, speak of joy and drink to wishes. Take 1, give 2, celebrating all blisses. And then we have vulnerability and rejection. For the months of the year, you got 3. You got more cards than the other groups. You got 2 of these and 3 of these. And I think you actually got an extra tea leaf as well. So you've got a lot going on in 2026. But we have May, September, and March. We have a bouquet, compliments from an admirer, fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Coins, money will be coming to you. Lobster, financial pinch. And whale, great worry over nothing. So I think you've got a lot going on in 2026. I think it's a busy, jam-packed year for you. And I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing a lot happening for you. There's different meanings for these cards, but initially when I pulled them, I was seeing a pretty clear message that you're facing fears of rejection, or even this actually does kind of align with the rejection card, like what it says in the book. But if you faced like any sort of rejection in the past for who you are, whether that be literally anything, whether it be jobs or relationships or just friendships, social rejection, especially if it's jobs, but honestly, if it's anything, there's this message, and I'm gonna get to the vulnerability card too, because I can see how this connects, but there is a message of embracing your true self anyways, because I think that you're getting over this sort of feeling that you've, and this kind of feels like, this is making me think of also like you and facing you. I don't know, there's kind of an energy of in each group today around maybe self-love. I would actually say there's an energy of self-transformation in each group, or yeah, like self-transformation, which makes sense. A lot of times when people start a new year, they're like, new year, new me. You know, we do new things every year. And we change every single year. And I'm just seeing, especially with there being 3 months and they're kind of perfectly spaced. I'm thinking, well, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. They're pretty like evenly spaced apart from each other. It feels like you're going through chapters this year, and it's almost like each chapter is like a level, and each level is you're facing something different. Like one level is like the love level, and then you have the job and career level, and it just feels like there's a lot happening for you this year. I see a lot of like a little bit of everything that you've got going on this year, to be honest. With this card specifically, I see that there's a project that this literally talks about, a project that maybe you've been putting on the back burner that you're starting. And I feel like to put all of this together, it really does feel like maybe the reason you've been putting off starting this project is because of this sensitivity to rejection. And I was gonna say fear to be vulnerable, but this card specifically actually talks about vulnerability in the sense of being too vulnerable and trusting of people. But it's honestly, it's due to not feeling accepted, and so you may accept it gives the advice to not just accept any offer that comes your way. So if that resonates, like if there's an offer that comes to you or a person that you're not sure if you should trust and you just have like a gut feeling. Don't take something and say yes to something just because you feel like you're not worth something better, because you are. And that's where this sort of comes in. And I feel like you embracing that energy this year in 2026 is manifesting a lot of success for you personally. Like, I feel like maybe you have relied on others for your validation, or yeah, just been a little bit more dependent on maybe relationships that weren't necessarily serving you. I mean, this is very similar, not super similar, but again, it has a theme that's been kind of running throughout all the piles of leaving something behind. So 2026 is the year of cutting cords, it would seem like, for all these piles. The year of cutting cords with things that no longer serve you, because this card does talk about community and friendship. It talks about leaning on your immediate community, and that could also be family as well. And it doesn't have to be a bunch of people. Just, it talks more about leaning on people in your community rather than having such a focus on the, hustle and grind culture. That's what it says in the book. I'm getting the vibe, though, that, like, this year is a lot about you cultivating success for yourself. And I think in a way you're going to be hustling and grinding, but not in like a hustle culture kind of way. Like, it feels like you are standing in your own power, and it feels like you do have a community around you. I feel like that's why this is so, like, there's so much happening, because the blessing, I would say the main blessing that's happening is that you're getting over your fears, which again, like, I was not intending for this card to be so tied into the reading, but oh, what was that noise? I think that was one of my cats again. But anyways, it feels very much like this is very tied into the reading. I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. So it does feel like one of the biggest blessings in this year is that you're facing fears. You're facing fears of rejection in every sense, of social rejection, of you're really not caring what people think about you this year. And it's not just this year, it's something that's going to continue on with in the next few years. And it's okay to have days where you're feeling a little bit sensitive or a lot sensitive to the opinions of others. It's okay. I mean, caring about the opinions of others that just makes you human. It's not like, but I feel like on like a deeper level, you are specifically not holding yourself back and not putting your life on hold for the fear of rejection. You really are making choices through love, and that's so beautiful, because there's honestly like a theme I'm noticing, that the things that you're manifesting are things that you're doing, and it's making your life easier. You're taking leaps and it's making your life just easier. I don't really see what is it? I think one of my cats is now drinking water. That's really cute. Again, because of the way that this is like spaced, it's honestly, and like, it's giving me a feeling of there being, there's not really one specific moment where it's like, okay, this is gonna be difficult and then it's gonna get better. It doesn't feel like that kind of thing. It kind of feels like very balanced. It doesn't feel like, okay, you're gonna be up here, or like you're gonna be down here and then you're gonna be up here. It kind of feels like it's all happening at once, like a very even ebb and flow kind of year. This card came out, the shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business, after I pulled financial pinch. So you may be taking a chance. I don't see this as a bad thing. I think it doesn't feel like something where it's like, something that was happening in the other two piles was there was a bit of a tower moment. It doesn't really feel like a huge tower moment is happening. It feels like things are happening at a very manageable like pace. Like things, it's just like little practical things. I think that honestly this year is going to go pretty smoothly for you. But say you're taking a chance on something, and this is just an example, but you're leaving a job and starting a project that you plan to make money on. You may have to be, you know, in a practical sense, more of a penny pincher with your money. But that's not like, I'm not seeing like, oh no, like you're in a financial pinch kind of thing. Like I'm just seeing like you're gonna have to be practical. But it says money will be coming to you. So there's something where you're putting in efforts and it's gonna pay off financially. With compliments from an admirer, obviously there's not a ton about love, but that is telling me that you do have, there could be some dating, there could be just, you know, this could also be like, I mean, it could be in business, if like something that you do is online, or something, maybe you sell something and you're getting compliments from someone who admires you in that way. But I also just see a lot of balance. I feel a lot of balance. I can see you making some connections this year in love, if that's something that you don't already have. I see you maybe cultivating a smaller community of people. Whether or not you currently have a lot of friends or not, if you know a lot of people, I see you really getting close with a select few. And if you don't know a lot of people and you're just naturally already more introverted, I do see you getting close with a select few of people who really feel like soul bonded to you. And with this great worry over nothing card, like anything that, I feel like it's just gonna be a pretty smooth sailing year for you. It's gonna be generally pretty chill. So if there's anything you're super worried about, I think you'll be okay. The biggest thing that I'm really seeing, like the biggest challenge is, stepping up within your power, stepping up within your confidence, and really just moving past. I really do see, I also thought rejection is divine protection. So anything that you are rejected from, you're being divinely protected from. And I really do see you moving through this energy, and it doesn't even seem like something that you have to put a lot of effort into. It seems like it's just time. Like your energy has kind of moved past this feeling, and it's like, okay, I feel like you are already good at processing your emotions, and it's not, you may be a water sign. You don't have to be, but like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I specifically thought Cancer, so that could be a confirmation. Not because of anything I see here, but just because of I was thinking of naturally emotionally processing in the background without really having to try. You could have a Cancer moon. So it feels like something where, you know, of course you're putting in effort to face these fears, but it feels like something that's happening very naturally. And it just feels like one of those things where like it's time. And I see, like one of the biggest blessings is an idea that you've had. You finally feel fearless enough to step forward and actually put that idea into action, and you could be getting financial gain from putting this idea into action. So we're gonna get more info with the tarot cards. yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, whenever you face fears, there is going to be, I mean, there's like that saying, do it scared. It's not just going to be like fear all of a sudden vanishes and you're free from ever feeling fear or anxiety. There's the death card, by the way, so change is happening. But I think that you're just ready, especially because you don't want your life to pass you by. Okay, Spirit, can I get more information, more insight into what pile 3, what blessing is pile 3 manifesting in 2026? So we have the Queen of Swords. So yeah, I really do see you just being confident and like not letting other people, not doubting yourself because of other people. Like you're really standing strong in what you believe in this year. And yeah, you're gaining a lot of confidence. And I don't know if something, we'll probably see more, but like, I don't know if something specific is happening, but you're gaining a lot of self-assurance. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords. You could also be an air sign, maybe an air sign with a water moon. 4 of Pentacles. There's a lot about control here. But this is also stability in a way. So I might get a clarifier for that. Okay, Spirit, one more card. And the 2 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, there's like an element of, I wouldn't say relationships are the main theme, but I would definitely say that there is a theme of like, you could be meeting somebody very special this year. Could even be a friendship if you're already in a relationship. Can I get a clarifier for the 4 of Pentacles, Spirit? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, we got 2. We have the Hangman and the Queen of Pentacles, and then on the back of the deck we have the Moon, which I don't know how that ended up in reverse again, because one other group got the Moon and then I flipped it. So maybe that's significant. Oops, moved my camera. Okay, so trying to figure out how to put that. In general, I see you letting go of the need to control situations, which can be very like, this is something that like everybody deals with to some extent, no matter who you are. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, do we ever really fully let go? There's like moments where it's easier to do and moments where it's harder to do. But I see you freeing yourself from fear, especially with this 8 of Swords. Because usually the 8 of Swords in traditional, the traditional deck, I'm pretty sure, yeah, she's like, there's a woman that's like tied up and she has a blindfold. This feels more, I mean, he's kind of tied in the yarn, but it feels like he has more control and he has more like say in what's going on. I really do see, and I mean, he's tied up here in the Hangman, but it's like more of a I'm free, like spiritual enlightenment kind of way. I think that, yeah, the biggest thing that you are manifesting, the biggest blessing, is getting over fears. You're not doing things from a place of fear anymore. You're doing things from a place of love. And again, this may be a gradual process, but I don't see it being something that's like from one day to the next. Like, I'm having a very, very fearful day one day, and then the next day, like, I've figured it out and I'm free now and everything's amazing. I see you really just putting in the work to this is also kind of a theme in other piles, to cultivate good habits that help your mind, because that's why I was like, maybe you're an air sign. I don't have to be, but there is a lot of like mental energy in you, and that could be where a lot of your energy has been going for a while. And I think that's why there's so much happening for you this year, because I think the universe is trying to show you how much life has to offer in connections, in people, in ideas, you know, in other areas of life that are outside of your head. You're really being taken out of your head this year, and that's really beneficial for you. I see that there's like stability coming into your life. So if you haven't felt stable, I see that happening for you. Even if you've been stable, there's a stability coming into your life that feels more you, that feels more like something you've cultivated that actually matters to you, as opposed to I'm just making ends meet kind of stability. It feels like you're really planting roots in something that matters to you. So that's also a huge blessing. You are planting roots in something that matters to you, and overcoming fears and overcoming the shackles that leave you chained. I feel called actually to really go into the book and read the Eight of Swords, this particular one, because I feel like I feel like it has something. Okay, yeah. It says, hard choices, dilemma, feeling trapped. A choice must be made, but each option involves some difficulty. The situation is usually a consequence of failing to act through fear. Dude. Literally this card. Or a misguided sense of loyalty. It may be that a relationship has run its course, but limps on because you are afraid to be alone. The 8 is a reminder that you are free to act, but honesty and stoicism are needed. Yeah, so literally that, it literally does feel like you're deciding between fear and love. You're deciding, and this could be with anything. Again, like if you're leaving a job, or if you're leaving a lifestyle behind, there can be fear in that. But like with this coming out first, there's a part of you that is sure of yourself and knows. And I honestly feel like I'm being held back from really showing you the results of what's going to happen in your life once you start living from a place of love. And I feel like the reason for that is literally because the whole thing with fear is that you want to know what's going to happen. And it's kind of silly because it's like you come to tarot readings to see what's going to happen. Sometimes I do my own tarot readings on myself where it's the same thing, where it's like, we're not going to tell you. But I feel like we're getting information for what's going to happen, but we're not getting the whole picture. And that's where the moon comes in, because you have to learn to trust your intuition and trust yourself and trust the universe above all else, because the universe and you work in conjunction. I mean, you are the universe. So But the reason I say above all else is because sometimes it's hard to trust things that we can't like conceptualize. And anything outside of yourself, it's hard to really conceptualize. And so it's like, how do I trust that everything's going to be okay? But everything will be okay. And I see you like really like, yeah, there's just emphasis on that. I see you manifesting. There could be like a soulmate that is going through exactly what you're going through right now. Could even be twin flame if that's divine counterpart. I'm gonna say divine counterpart because twin flame has kind of been ruined by the internet for me a little bit. But they're the same thing in my eyes. I just respect the term divine counterpart a little bit more. I don't know. But regardless, when you meet them could be different. Again, that leads me back to looking at this. It feels like there could be like the timeline isn't set for really anything. But when you meet this person, could be different depending on where you're at. But I feel like the more that you work on yourself, the more that like it magnetizes them to work on themselves. And you could also actually feel a pull from them, and that could actually be what's helping you in feeling more bold and brave. I think that you're definitely meant to meet a soulmate in 2026. So that's another thing. I know it took me a while to mention that. I mean, I kind of mentioned it, but it felt more like background. But it does feel like there's just so much happening for you in 2026. You're manifesting stuff in your career. You're manifesting love, friendship. And it's all from, and it's so easy to be like, oh, it's all from getting over fear. Fear is not something to be eradicated. It's something to accept. And this was something I said in the last group as well. Try, like, whenever you're feeling afraid of something that has literally, I don't know why, it's helped me so much to literally just say, it's okay to be afraid of this. Even if it's irrational, be like, it's okay to be afraid of this. And I don't know, that makes me feel so much better when you tell yourself it's okay to be afraid, because there's probably a valid reason why you're afraid, okay? You don't want to get hurt, you don't want to feel pain, you don't want to feel discomfort. That is a very valid reason to be afraid of something, even if the thing you're afraid of to a lot of people may seem irrational. That's a valid reason to feel afraid, and you're like, it's okay to feel afraid, okay? But I'm going to learn how to move through that, because I care more about living my life to the fullest the way I want to live it than letting fear hold me back. So I can validate my fear and still move through it. So maybe that'll help. I know sometimes it's hard, because I'll watch readings and even give readings where I'm like saying all this stuff like, oh, you have to just let go of fear, but it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, how do you do that? So I'm hoping that advice will be a little helpful and start there. But it's not about removing the fear. It's about acceptance and showing yourself compassion and self-love. Compassion, remember, it's all through embracing the habit of love, and that means love for your fear. That doesn't mean you have to love the fear. Just show love and compassion to your fear like you would a friend who's afraid. And yeah, I see that because you're like manifesting, because there's all these other things coming into your life, it feels like it's almost, yeah, like it was just meant to take place now. Like you're getting over, I keep saying getting over, you're moving through fear better than you ever have before this year. You're moving through fear better than you ever have before, and you just keep getting better at it. And it's creating, this also with the Queen of Pentacles, it's creating this sense of safety within yourself. You don't feel the need to control situations because you feel safe. And even if there's that anxiety and that want to control, you trust. There's a lot of maturity happening around fear and your perspective on it. And it's honestly beautiful. And again, I just want to reiterate, you're manifesting true love. Honestly, whether that's between a soulmate or a friend, you're manifesting a lot of love into your life this year. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of community to lean on as well. And like this says, you're also manifesting, you might not see the money right away, but you have money coming to you from a project that you are putting your efforts towards, something that fear has been holding you back from, but you're finally doing it. So we're gonna get some angel cards now. Okay. Angels, what messages do you have for pile 3? Okay, we have determination. Determination, perseverance, and patience will lead to a positive outcome. Sacred space. We, your guardian angels, surround you with emerald, gold, and rose pink light. Surrender your concerns and worries and enter the sacred space of love and healing. We have positive thinking. I think you're going to be utilizing this a lot this year. Positive thinking is vital in creating a healthy and abundant life. A positive attitude along with positive beliefs and thoughts are crucial ingredients for creating happiness. Don't worry, think love. And again, I want to emphasize that I know it can be kind of difficult. At least for me, it was difficult to interpret these for a long time, like the message of don't worry, because then it's like it kind of creates this belief that you have to push worry down. But again, that's not the case. It's being loving towards yourself regardless of how you're feeling, and knowing that you can choose to view the situation however you want, and have gratitude for whatever you want to have gratitude for, because it could help you. We have change. Life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same as the last. Because life is always changing, it is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. So that's beautiful. We literally have anxiety on the back. I want to read that as well. We surround you with the healing light of amethyst. Take a deep breath and breathe in this beautiful violet light. Feel your anxiety melting away. There is nothing to fear. There is only love. So just a little, if you want to buy some amethyst, that could also be very helpful for you. But you don't have to buy anything because the power is within you. But amethyst can also be a, what's the word? Medallion? Is that what it could be? It can hold power. It's also very pretty. It could be like a charm, like a charmed item that you carry around to help with anxiety. But yeah, to go back to this card, it would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same. And I feel like this is also your spirit guides and angels literally telling you, like, that's what's fun about life. I feel like anxiety feeds on the feeling of unpredictability, and that's just life, you know, like that's life. But we as humans ironically feel so anxious about the way that life is naturally, and that's okay. But this is kind of your spirit guides trying to be encouraging and be like, life is always changing, and we can view it as a scary thing, or we can view it as an exciting thing. You know, it's fresh, it's new, it can be exciting. You know, we tend to think of worst case scenarios instead of best case scenarios, and both can happen, but oftentimes, honestly, things end up better than you would think. And even if they end up not as good as you think, thinking of the best case scenario will help you feel better in the long run. And it's really all about perspective, and I think that's what your spirit guides are trying to get across. But yeah, you've got a good year ahead, and yeah, you've got this. Like, you've got a year ahead of extreme healing, and you're gonna come out the other end just, you're gonna feel amazing. Not just by the end of the year, but like, you have this determination that is unstoppable, and there's a lot of blessings happening for you this year. So yeah, I hope that you liked this reading. If you're interested in seeing more, please do subscribe. But if not, I hope that this reading was at least helpful for you. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or afternoon. Bye.